Hello students, welcome back to the chapter 3 economic reform. In this chapter, we'll discuss the third pillar of the new economic policy, globalization. We have discussed what is liberalization, what is privatization, and now in this video, we'll discuss about the globalization. So what is globalization? It is a integration of domestic economy with the world economy. The economy which wants the development, which want the advancement of idea, information, technology, they have to integrate with the world economy. So it is an integration of domestic economy with the world economy. So transforming the world toward greater interdependence. No economy is self-sufficient. They have to depend on other country for the advancements of technology, idea, information. So it is nothing but the depending on other country. They have to acquire the information technology idea. So it ends at turning the world into one or whole or creating a borderless world. All the boundaries are removed, social, geographical, economic boundaries are removed. It is a borderless world. It becomes the whole village in which all the countries are working together. It is free integration among all the countries in various fields like the trade, technology, loan, investment, outsourcing. The country can import, they can export freely, they can have the technology advancement, they can invest in other countries, they can hire the peoples, like the foreign countries are hiring the Indian peoples at very cheap rate. So what is that? It is because of the globalization. So it is a process associated with increasing openness, growing economic interdependence. The economy have to depend on other economy for the advancement, for the development. So what are the various policies promoting the globalization? First one is an increase in equity limit of foreign investment. We know that before 1991, the foreign investment limit was very restricted up to a 40% only. But after 1991, this limit raised from 40 to 51%. When this was a 40%, the MNCs are not taking interest in our country. But when it is raised from 40 to 51, that means foreign companies are taking investing in India because 51% stake will be held by them. They can have the very good ownership management in their control. So it will increase the inflow of the foreign exchange because of the foreign investment limit. Our problem, which is foreign exchange, which is going down and down, it will be solved with the help of the foreign investment increase limit up to 51%. There will be inflow of the foreign exchange. Then devaluation of rupee. After 1991, rupee was devalued. Why it is devalued? To encourage more and more export. We can have the example that suppose $1 is equal to rupees 70 before devaluation. After devaluation, $1, $1 is equal to 75. So what happened? When the $1 is equal to 70, the foreigners come to India, they can buy the goods costing rupees 70 only against that $1. But after the devaluation, against same $1, they can take the goods costing rupees 75. So they will be have the good profit because of that. So it encouraging more and more export. If there is more and more export, our foreign exchange will come to India. So the problem of the deficit in balance of payment will be solved. Then partial convertibility. After 1991, partial convertibility of currency is allowed. Why it is allowed? To purchase and sell of the foreign currency. It is allowed. The currency is free to decide its price in the international market by the market forces. So it allowed for import and export of goods and services. Because of partial convertibility, the currency will decide its own price in the international market because by the demand and supply forces. And we know that because of FDI, much more export, our problem of foreign exchange is solving, partial convertibility, so our economy will be developed more faster. Then removal of quantitative restriction. After 1991, quota system was abolished. Particular limit was imposed before 1991. This was totally abolished by the government to promote more and more trade for the infrastructure, for the development of economy. Whatever the industries want to import, they can import. Whatever the surplus they want to export, they can export. So this is the removal of quantitative restriction. There is no restriction on the uh, import and export. Then reduction in tariff. Reduction in tariff on import. Why this tariff on import is reduced? It is reduced to have the very good international competition and technological upgradation. If the reduction in the tariff on import, what will happen? If the tariff import duty is reduced, the foreign companies will come to India. They will have the very good market in India. So there will be very good international competition and there will be the very good technological upgradation. So we have seen that what are the policy promoting the globalization, increase in equity limit of foreign investment, devaluation of rupee, partial convertibility, removal of quantity restriction, and the last is a reduction in the tariff. Now we can see that there is some positive impact because of globalization and there are some negative impact also. So what are the various positive impact? Globalization establishes a link in such a way that happening in one country can be influenced by happening in other country. Whatever the advancement in one country can be enjoyed, can be taken that advancement by the other countries because of globalization. It created borderless world. So advancement in technology because there is no geographical boundary, economic boundary. So that there can be the advancement in the technology. Whatever the advancement the countries want to have, they can have because of the globalization. Increase in employment opportunity because of the globalization. There is very good job opportunity. There is increase in employment opportunity. Why? Because we have seen that multinational companies are given chance to start their business in India. So the peoples of India will get more and more job at very good salary, and the peoples of India can also go out of India for the job opportunities. Increase in competition level. So good quality service because of MNC coming to India, there will be the very good competition in India and the quality of the goods will be very good and the service very good. So this is a increase in competition level and the quality services. So these are the some positive impact of globalization. There are the some positive impact. There is also some negative impact of globalization. What are these negative impact? Exploitation of natural resource. If the country, I mean, since companies are coming to India, there will be much more exploitation of our natural resource as well as the human resource. We know that these peoples are hiring the Indian peoples and they are getting very good salary, but they are much exploiting. Cultural erosion. We are adopting the foreign culture. We are forgetting our Indian culture. We can take example that McDonald's, Chinese food, what are that? We are adopting that culture. So we are moving to the foreign culture. Concentration of income in few hands. What is this concentration of income? Because of the tough competition with the MNC, the domestic producers, which don't have so much finance, technology, they are not able to fight the competition. And the producer which have the very good finance and skill, they can fight with the MNC. So the rich become very richer and poor become the very poorer. This gap is widened because of the globalization. Next is a tough competition for the domestic producer. We know that there is a very tough competition for domestic producer. Why? Because the skilled persons are moving, attracting toward the MNCs because of the very good salaries. Also, because of the lack of finance, because of lack of technology, they are not able to fight the tough competition with the MNCs. So these are the some negative impact of the globalization. So we have seen what is globalization, what are the various policies promoting globalization, and some positive and negative impact of globalization. Thank you so much.